I think there's a conversation that a lot of us need to have, and in particular, a lot of people that lean towards more of a conservative side. And that's the idea and what we're now facing groomers. We talk about this a lot when you're dealing with leftism and rightism and far left and far right. The idea that they are coming for our kids. You can hear a lot of conservatives or a lot of people that lean more towards the right attack a lot of people on the left because of the idea and a lot of stuff that they propagate, the videos that they make of they're coming for our kids. All you have to do is go on TikTok. You see so many people that are leftists telling you that they're creating Patreon for your kids to be able to talk to them privately. You hear a lot of them even say, don't talk to your parents, trying to make legislation for parents to not even be involved if their kids want to transition, if their kids want to change their name and be called something else in school. That's what they're passing.
Your parents screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we wouldn't share like in the comments of a video like this.
What is this character how is this a real person? Outwardly and openly saying, kids, come talk to me in private. I'm gonna need this person's hard drive searched immediately.
But yet no one seems to talk about that is a lot of what conservative people that say that they are doing as well. Just Pearly Thing, that's now going by Pearl. She made a couple of tweets a past couple of days, which of course she's now deleted because of the backlash. But to not say anything about her, not to confront it, I think would be doing a disservice, not only to people that move again more conservative, but what it all comes down to, protecting our children. A tweet that was put up on July the 26th of 2023. 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks. Now, I don't know what world Hannah comes from, but here, for the majority of Americans, we look at 16-year-olds still as children, as still needing our protection. No, they cannot drink. They can't serve in the military. They can't smoke a cigarette. They could barely even drive. That's the age where they can now start getting their driver's license. And now we're looking at 16-year-olds and wanting to put that on a platform of almost 2 million people saying that they're hot and they look better. A 16-year-old child looks better than a 26-year-old grown woman. We're now comparing teenagers and the sex appeal of teenagers to adults. Who in the world thinks that's okay? It is disgusting. But wait, there's more. And there's another tweet that came out that she did a poll. Is it better for a 16-year-old woman to get married or to stay single until 21? Why is that even a poll? The problem is that with a lot of people on the right side of the field, they believe that going back to things of how it was 100 years ago is going to be sufficient as it is today. But we don't live in that particular world. A lot of our grandparents did have to get married because they couldn't go to school. They had to work. There was no contraceptive, so they couldn't get pregnant. So it was a lot of reasons why back then our grandparents had to get married. But that's not the case anymore. And neither does our society look at 16-year-old children. 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 16-ye for the most part, as a spouse, they're kids. And as an aunt that has a 16-year-old nephew, a 17-year-old nephew, and about to have an 18-year-old niece, I can fully tell you that the maturity of the 16-year-olds then is far gone from what 16-year-old used to be back then. See, my granddaddy at 16 was laying down bricks and hunting. 16-year-olds now are playing Fortnite and can barely pick up their drawers from their room. I see old French fries under my nephew's bed that's been there for a month because he was too lazy to pick it up. And this is supposed to be what we're supposed to have as spouses? They're children and they need our protection, not looking at them as to marry them. And what's even more disturbing is the likes. These likes on here, the first tweet, the 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks, has over 3,000 likes. 3,000 people that agreed that 16-year-old kids look better than a 26-year-old adult. But then we want to talk about not sexualizing ourselves, but now we're trying to call 16-year-olds hot chicks as if not to sexually objectify 16-year-old little girls. Come on. So, no, they are coming for our kids. But this time you can't blame the left. The right has to take this L.